I'm Roger Dupuy, and this is Sports Voices. And we are talking with Bob Ide from Fox 56, as we do every single week. However, we're doing it by Zoom this week just due to some procedural issues that we had and scheduling issues that we both had. So, Bob, hello.
Welcome to Zoom.
Welcome to Zoom.
It is the new way of doing things, and we're happy to do it. I'm
We
at
are.
home, you're in the office. I'd rather be me than you today.
Yes, it's it's rather like the pandemic all over again. Here we are, right?
Yep.
So, sir, you wanted to start off by talking a little bit about boys high school lacrosse this week. What's going on?
Yeah, boys and girls lacrosse. Tomorrow will be the state quarterfinals for Class AA. So we'll start with the girls. The Crestwood girls are advancing. They'll play Villa Maria tomorrow at 2 o'clock at Emmaus High School Field 2. If you want to go down to Emmaus, you're also going to see two local boys teams. The Abington Heights boys having a record season with 17 wins this year. They beat Selinsgrove the other night. They advance, and they will play in the quarterfinals for the first time in their history. And they will take on Pencrest, the top seed from District 1. So Abington has won 16 games, excuse me, for the season. That is a school record. And Chris Bone led the way the other night against Selinsgrove in their win, 15-6. He had 6 goals, 3 assists. It's been a long time coming for the Comets. Just like the Cavaliers and Scranton Prep, all these kids have come up through a youth system. They played youth lacrosse, and then they built them up to where they are now. We mentioned last week that Prep beat Abington twice this year, once in the district finals, but Abington now moving on in the state playoffs, and they will play at Emmaus as well on tomorrow. On the other side, top of the bracket, you have Scranton Prep. Scranton Prep needed double overtime the other night to beat Lower Dauphin 7-6. Braden McPartland, otherwise known as Toito, they call him. He scored the winning goal in the second overtime in a very hotly contested game against Lower Dauphin. Lower Dauphin was the second seed out of District 3. So now the Cavaliers will play, will play Twin Valley, also out of District 3, at Emmaus as well, Emmaus High School, right after the Abington game. So the Abington boys will be at 1 o'clock at Emmaus, and then the Scranton Prep boys at 3 o'clock. So 2 local teams. It's the first time ever in District 2 boys lacrosse AA that 2 teams from that district have made it to the state quarterfinals. After the Cavaliers win the other night, Roger, we had a chance to talk to Coach Keith Tulin about the winning goal and about the game itself against Lower Dauphin.
Okay, folks, let's hear from Keith Tulin.
Great having the McPartland trio. They could feed off each other, where last game in the district championship against Abington, Tato had 0 points, but his brothers picked them up. So, and then this game, his brothers played well, but it was his turn to shine, and having three important goals late in the second half really put us over the top, I think. Outstanding job by Lower Dauphin. We knew it was going to be a tight game. I'm just proud of our guys, the way we fight and play gritty all game, and to come out in overtime again for the 4th time this year. It's hard to do, but they just find ways to do it.
All right, folks. So that was Keith Tulin. Bob, what's up next? We're going to talk about some baseball and softball, correct?
Well, yeah, baseball, softball, because again, we record on Wednesday. They played on Thursday. Several local teams. You can check the PIAA website for that information. Will be playing in the state semifinals. The state finals are at Penn State next week, as is lacrosse. Everything's kind of in the same weekend. That's also the weekend of Pocono Raceway. So a busy weekend that weekend.
Yeah.
So that will take place then. So congratulations to all those baseball and softball teams advancing.
Okay. Let's move on to soccer. I know you wanted to talk about that.
It's football. So
okay.
or
Right.
football, right?
Football, sure. Yes.
Well, the FIFA is coming, and
FIFA is coming.
Box 56 will have it for you. We will be the FIFA station in a few weeks. June 11th it starts. It goes to July 19th. I will try to be attending 2 matches in the FIFA, one in Philadelphia, one in New York. So stay tuned for that. We'll talk about that later on, Roger. But of course, the big talk for the USA team is they announced their team that will play in the World Cup in America. They have 3 games, all on the West Coast. And of course, Christian Pulisic leads the way. He's a Hershey guy. He born and raised in Hershey. Went to England with his mom for a little while. His parents are Kelly and Mark Pulisic. They're former soccer players at George Mason University. In fact, his dad coached, was a professional soccer player in an indoor league in the Harrisburg, and then he coached them at youth, college, and some of the professional levels. So Christian Pulisic talked last week before the win over Senegal about his parents and what it really means to be Captain America for the USA soccer team.
All right, let's hear from Christian right now.
I mean, my parents mean everything to me. They're the two people in this world who've supported me more than anyone else through every single moment. They've watched every single game. They drove me to practices my whole life growing up. They sacrificed a lot for me to be here and believed in me through it all when probably I didn't believe in myself. So I can't speak highly enough. I mean, they're my whole world. There is a pressure there. I'm human. I feel it. I want to perform well. I want to help this team win. I want to help this country be successful in this World Cup. And I can only do the best that I can do and prepare as best I can. And I feel that that's what I'm doing. So at the end of it, I can hold my head high no matter what happens because I'm going to give it everything we got, and luckily I have a team behind me who's going to support me, so I don't have to do it alone.
All right, so that was Christian Pulisic. Exciting time for football in America, Bob, as you were saying, and what are your thoughts on how the U.S. team is going to do, and anything else about FIFA as we prepare for all that excitement?
Yeah, let's circle back to Pulisic. First of all, Roger. I mean, of course, growing up in the Harrisburg area, the Hershey area, really, there's a lot of pressure on him, and there was pressure in the last World Cup, and the Americans did okay last time, but there's really high expectations for this year's team. There's always controversy on who makes the team, who doesn't make the team, but they've looked well. They're playing well. Of course, Saturday they're going to have their last friendly game against Germany in Chicago. So we see how they do there. And then the World Cup schedule starts for them in Group D, Friday, June 12th at 9 p.m. on Fox 56. And in fact, the World Cup opens with Mexico and South Africa Thursday, June 11th at 3 o'clock. Then South Carolina and Czechia. The Canadians play also on Friday. That's at 3 o'clock. So there's a lot of expectations. Of course, Argentina won the last one. So there's expectations that it's going to be Argentina, France. They have some great players. England's always right there. Germany. But America just wants to get out of their group. And they have a pretty easy group. They feel like they can get out of it. And especially get the top seed, they'll have an easier path to the finals. But again, you never know about expectations with the Americans team. It's been a long time coming. The fact that they're on home, can they do what the women did, back in the 90s when it was in America? Yeah, sure, why not? There's a lot of expectations. Of course, the whole world is watching what's happening here in the United States of America. Some games will be in Mexico, some in Canada as well. But the finals will be July 19th at New York, New Jersey Stadium. So that's what they're calling it. We all know it is MetLife in America, but FIFA has taken down all those corporate sponsors along the way. So that will be the finals, July 19th. And of course, there's big parties coming up in Scranton. We'll talk about that as the World Cup moves on here in America. Are you excited, Roger?
Oh, absolutely. And I kind of wondered, are you going to be able personally to cover any of this?
I put in for credentials for Fox through Fox for 2 games. One June 16th in New York. Don't ask me. France and Senegal. And then in Philadelphia, June 25th. A lot of fan fest going down there. I just want to see what it is, feel the experience. So yeah, I'll be attending some of them, and I'll let you know how it was. We'll talk about that coming up in the next few weeks.
Okay. As always, folks, thanks for listening. We'll see you next week.